Hey, it's Jack. Okay, Jack in the attic. It's another vlog. Number one, I had been attempting to grow my eyebrows out, and you almost saw me with eyebrows in this video, and no, it's not for me. It's just not for me. Not gonna happen. This is another little crafty vlog where I do a few things and that's it. So I think we're gonna get right into that now, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, bye. Hello, happy stash busting summer. It's June 1st. It's the first day of the scrap along, which also encourages the use of stash yarn. I have decided that that is going to be my focus this summer. I already talked about this, didn't I? Stash yarn. So a few fiber friends and I kind of all decided simultaneously that it sounded like fun to do double knit color work for the first time. There are kind of a lot of, the cat really wants to be a part of this. There are kind of a lot of small neckwear items that involve double knit color work, and we were all kind of getting really into that. And then I stumbled across this pattern, and a few of us fell in love with it immediately. So you may see this elsewhere because it's sick, and I don't know, a lot of people, once they see it, immediately feel like they have to knit it. So I picked my yarn for it. It's stash yarn. I bought this on my last birthday, so it's been over a full year. Bought it at the same time, at the same place as all of the Bamboo Pop sock yarn, including the black and red that I just used to knit that tank top. So this is, I know I'm going to struggle saying this, this is Lana Gatto VIP. It's merino and cashmere. I have a black and a kind of light tan cream color. And no, the light does not deceive you. It's simply my skin color. So I will just never wear this side out, or I will look bald if I wear it as a bandana. I suppose if I wear it on my neck as a bandana, it might look like a super cool chest and neck piece. I don't know. Again, I probably just won't wear this side out. Black will go with everything. It'll be fine. According to the pattern, I really only need 2 50-gram balls of yarn. I have 2 of each of these though. Worst case, this becomes a coordinating set. I swear they're doing this on purpose. So, have I ever done double knitting at all? Yes, I've done a button band, technically 2 or 3 times because I had to start over. Have I ever done double knitting color work? Absolutely not. Do I know how? Kind of. In theory, kind of. In theory. I understand the basics, probably. I did watch a video, multiple videos on how to do this, so maybe I will be fine. At least all of the increases, from what I can see, are knit front and back and purl front and back, which are my favorite increases to do. I'm pretty happy about that. Also, yes, I have K-tape on my thumbs. That's how I know it's time for a color work pattern, so I can slow down. I'm waiting for the medication that fixes me to fix me. You may or may not already know that I am not gonna show myself knitting until I can figure out what to do with my hands, and then I'll show you what's going on. And even then my technique, I'm sure, will be weird. Moving on. Hey, real quick, what was I thinking? Like, what was I actually thinking? I have officially knit, like, I don't know, 12 rows, and this took me 4 tries. I have 1 lifeline. I already took out the lifeline from row 6, and I think I'm getting it now. I think I'm getting into the groove, but why did I think this would be a good first double knitting project and first double knitting color work project all in one? What Whose idea was this? It was mine. Why was this my idea? I don't know. It's working now. I really want to land on that point. It's working now. And I think it's going to look sick. Here's what the other side looks like. And the lap pillow thing is absolutely working. It's really helping, especially with this project, because I'm using a clipboard to look at the pattern the whole time. That is my update. I am absolutely not going to show you the process of me trying to knit this because my brain, every corner of it is occupied with something with this pattern. I have to do some alone time on this one, and then I'll check back in with you, okay? Hello, it's tomorrow. There's a little lady behind me. Oh, there she goes. She didn't actually go anywhere. Okay, so on the topic of scrappy business, I know I've shown the full size banana socks, but I don't think I've shown, or I don't remember at least if I have shown, what I'm making with the leftover yarn. This much, but that much actually. I'm making little shorties out of the sock pattern that I am in the process of writing. This is the final pair of socks in between me and being able to film the tutorial video, because I need to know that it works with fingering weight yarn. I don't know why it wouldn't. I have no reason to believe it's not going to, and so far it is working just fine. I just need the actual proof before I tell people that you can go ahead and do that. It just seems like the polite thing to do. There's this one hair that will not stop going directly into my mouth no matter what. That's super fun. So this is scrap yarn, and it is a responsible knitting choice right now because it is, again, one of the last things holding me back from providing a thing I said I would. We're getting there. I'm finally done with all of the gift knits that I have been working on. I am just stash busting now. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do all summer. Except for when I take kind of a huge break off knitting and crochet to spin for Tour de Fleece, which is coming up soon. It's less than a month away now, and I really do just get complete spinning brain during Tour de Fleece, and I don't want to do anything else. Or that's how it was last year, at least. I guess I've only done it once. I don't have enough evidence to prove that it's going to happen every year, but if it's like last year, all I'm going to want to do is spin and barely knit anything. Okay, sorry, the cat wanted to climb on me. Anyway, the socks are going to be my lower brain power project right now because the double knit color work is, once again, occupying my entire brain every time I work on it. It's an entire brain activity. So I needed socks to work on. Good thing I already had those. Okay, I'm currently editing and I realized I haven't shown you what I have done on the double knit colorwork bandana now. But first, I want to show you pictures of my little practice pieces. I did just a tiny double knit triangle to make sure I understood the increases. I hadn't thought about having to rearrange the stitches on the needles when you make increases in double knit. So I did this little triangle first to practice that, and then I added the switching colors element, and I ended up with just a little Dalmatian of a guy. But it worked, and that made me feel more confident. It is a lot harder to follow a pattern than it is to just mess around and attempt to understand the technique. I'm realizing this doesn't look like I've made a ton of progress, but here's where I'm at now. And the other side. Every row takes an eternity, and I'm at the beginning. It just takes so much focus. There are people who can do this, I'm going to say fluently, and that's so impressive. That is not me. Not yet. I guess this is one way to get there. I picked such an intricate pattern. I think that was technically a mistake, but I am having fun. I'm really knitting on hard mode right now, and every row that goes well makes me feel really good about it. And every row that goes poorly makes me thankful for lifelines, and my reaction to messing up something that I feel is this complicated is like, well, yeah, I was gonna do that, no big deal. I was gonna mess up. That's part of it. I'm still not ready to show you my hands knitting this project yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'll show you some sock knitting right now to make up for that. I haven't talked about the design of this sock in a while, and the concept is taking some of the yarn out of the front and putting it nowhere, so you end up with a curved sock with no bunching in the front. I think with a banana sock, you're taking some of the length from the front and kind of flipping it around so it curves. But with this, there just isn't any extra fabric to hide. There's less fabric because you're slipping a bunch of stitches, like a bunch of stitches. Anyway, more detail on that forthcoming. You know the deal. The urge to update everyone every single time I finish a row is so strong. I finished a row. This is my update. No one needed this update, but every row is a struggle. I am having fun. I know it doesn't sound like I'm having fun. I swear I am. Hey, surprise! I crocheted this whole thing. It's just a little removable collar. I'm doing a video on collars, and I realized the one I've made previously, I have no idea where it is, and I don't want to make a video about a thing, a category of thing, without wearing the thing. I think it's fun. So I just improvised one, and I definitely added too many increases pretty early on. You can tell because of the shape that it is, but blocking helped a lot, and it looks fine when worn, and I think that's what matters, I guess. Also, I can just unravel it if I need to. It was scrap yarn, so it still fits the prompt. Wait a second, do you see what I see? Things are happening. Do you remember, I don't know, minutes ago when I said this was absolute torture, and even though I was having fun, it's the hardest thing I've ever done? I don't know, something clicked. It's fine now. It's still very slow. I still have to pay a lot of attention. I'm checking off like box by box. I am not doing a row without stopping multiple times. But I think it's fine. I think maybe, perhaps, double knit color work is fine. Okay, great. You know, whatever. Right. Okay, hi, hello. I wanted to record a sock update, and then I realized this is not an update. This is nothing to show. And then I realized I can see all the way through this skein of yarn. So am I delusional for thinking this much yarn? I painted my nails also. Am I delusional for thinking this much yarn? Oh, you'll want to know. It's Mooncat something. Deadly Nightshade. Can I make shorties with this much, or am I tricking myself into thinking that's totally gonna happen? Because this goes about halfway up my foot. Oh, another side note, I was having issues with the microphone receiver connecting to my phone, and then, I don't need to tell the internet this, it's too late, and then a big crumb fell out of my USB-C port. It's real glamorous diva town over here. Okay, for some reason I have made it my life's mission to finish these socks tonight. I realized these are just scrappy whatever socks for testing purposes, so what does it matter if I end up switching colors? I am under a tornado watch, so it's not like I have anything else to do. The sky is perfectly blue and clear and calm, and for the uninitiated, I'm sure that sounds like great news. Those of us in Tornado Alley know it is not. We'll see. Okay, I'm fairly positive the last thing I said about the socks was something along the lines of, I'm dead set on finishing these tonight. That was 3 days ago. I super did not finish them tonight. What I did do was finish the green yarn and realize I actually need more yarn to finish these socks. They only came up just like barely over the heel, but not enough to be a sock. So I went digging through my stash. I found a remnant of, I think it was My Name is Bob from the Muse 2320 Beetlejuice Halloween mystery yarn box. Some of those words are right, I don't know. And thought, I'm not going to use that for anything else. Why don't I just use it for these socks? And then I looked at them together and thought, oh, this is going to be ugly. I just have to choose not to care about it being ugly because they're just test socks to make sure the thing works. I don't know what that noise is. They're just test socks to make sure this concept works. And then, look how kind of perfectly that blends in. How did that work out? It's not as good on the other one because I ended on a black or dark gray row. But still, it doesn't look out of place, especially for socks that don't match each other. I think it's going to be fine. I should have just the right amount to do a little ankle sock. And that's all I wanted to do. I think I am far enough to consider the concept proven. I think I'm good, but I do still want to finish these to have as an example. The other thing I'm working on, granny squares, just a lot of granny squares. I ordered some fiber. Did I already talk about this? I ordered some fiber and some green minis from SD Spins on Etsy. The fiber is beautiful. I don't have it with me, so here's a picture of it. And the green minis I got are this color, which I'm really enjoying. This color, which I'm also really enjoying. And then this one that I feel mixed about. I posted a story on Instagram asking if this one was too Christmassy or just too not like the others to go with my green granny square thing. I just grabbed a handful as an example. Like, is it too bright and weird to go with these? And I actually forgot what the answer was. I think we were leaning towards no, it's fine. And I think it might be fine. I'm gonna have to lay all of them out together and really figure out if I like it or not. Worst case, these aren't gonna be wasted. I can just over dye them. Not a huge deal. The Granny Square project is getting kind of out of hand. I assume that will have to become its own video at some point, but it's really in line with Scrappy Summer, Stash Summer, whatever. The socks are officially all the way up over my ankle, so I'm ready to knit just the regular cuff. I was having a bit of a flare in my hand, so I took a couple days off knitting, and now I'm trying to be, you know, kind of delicate with them anyway, just to be extra safe. And most of my pain is in my thumb. We don't have to, I have so many doctors, please, so many doctors, blah, 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 thumb pain. I figured maybe it was time to look into Norwegian purling, and oh my goodness, it's so much easier than I thought it was. It's so much easier than I thought it was. I will show you me doing Norwegian purling, but you have to understand, there's gonna be a lot of tape on my hand. Honestly, I've never been able to keep tape on my hand for this long, so even though I'm feeling a lot better, I'm not taking it off. I'm just gonna let it ride. So you're going to see it, and you're going to have to not worry about it, and you're going to have to believe me when I say I have 6 or 7 doctors. I lose count. Now, will I be able to do this looking through a camera, or will this be a huge waste of time? We just don't know. Whatever you're seeing, it's like 30 to 40% slower than my actual knitting speed. I really thought Norwegian Pearl was just going to be too slow and too clunky for me. I thought I was going to have to get used to it over the span of multiple days. Oh my gosh, it is so not a big deal, turns out. I love it. I love it, it's so easy. These socks are very nearly done. I only have this little scrap of yarn left, and I intend to do a sewn bind off because I don't know, decided I like doing that after hating it for a while. You know how it goes. And I think tonight is the night I'm going to actually show myself knitting the double knit colorwork bandana. I think it's time. I have been thinking, as I've been doing Norwegian purling on these socks, is there a way to Norwegian purl in double knit colorwork? I have no idea, and I don't think I'm going to try that on camera, but please know that I intend to experiment.
I want in there, but I can't because I need number 6 security clearance, which I don't have. Does this guy have it? No. Rude.
So as you can tell, I am holding both yarns in one hand. It's a lot of claw action, but it's working for me. So I'm going to finish this row. I'm going to finish my socks, which are so close to being finished, and that's a vlog. I will finish the socks by the next time you see them, and I will also show you how far I've gotten on this, and we'll wrap up the vlog. There's no way I'm finishing this in one video. It's just, you know, a long process, but we'll see. Okay, we're back. So, finished my socks. I'll show you those first. Once I put a pair of socks on, they just stretch out immediately. I like a really tight sock, so I have to make them that way, and then they're gonna look silly either way. Here's a picture of the socks right after washing and drying. They look silly. That's just the nature of any banana type sock. And here's a picture of them on. I'm not showing you my live feet. I can't figure out a good way to do that isn't weird. But I'll show you this picture of me wearing socks. And then I have them here also. I have really been enjoying wearing them cuffed. I think it's cute. And I think with the way the color change is kind of weird, almost at the back of the heel. I don't know. I prefer the way it looks with the cuffs. You may have seen in the flat lay picture, the back of the ankle part of the sock is a little bit higher up. It goes like this, higher up than the front of the sock. And that is just because of the slip stitches in the front, but it ends up meaning that it lays pretty straight on the actual ankle. So it looks really silly until you put it on. And I'm considering that proof of concept. I think it works. Before I talk about any more, Kansas City is currently hosting part of the World Cup, and apparently no one is going to the small businesses that were told they needed to get ready for a lot of visitors. So it's Small Business Saturday until further notice. So I'm gonna go do some stuff, and then we're gonna come back again and talk about more knitting. Ignore the mask marks on my face. We went to Blip for coffee and a breakfast burrito, and
I've been just like running.
I knew someone there. I got a business card. I'll show you.
It just worked better than having.
Not only a viewer, which I did not know, but we have met at Queercraft Night at Yarn Social. So, hello, nice to talk to you. Next, we're going to 12th Street Post. Why is that so hard to say? 12th Street Post and West Bottoms Plant Company and ADH DIY. There are a lot of businesses in that building. We're going there. Okay, we're back again. So the first thing I did after finishing my socks, you're never gonna guess, I cast on another pair of socks. This is a skein of yarn I've been waiting to use. It was gorgeous in the hank, and now that I have caked it up, unbelievable. It is Wicked Fiber Showtime. I have the old label from Wicked Fiber. Yeah, it's regular sock yarn. It's 80/20 merino and nylon. It's just so good. It's just so good. I've only done little tiny toes, but I'm making the same kind of sock again. The same self-drafted whatever. But these were the last socks in between me and doing a sock tutorial, so now it's going to be sock time all the time? Until that video's done. I know I set out to make a video about non-standard socks, knitting a bunch of them and reviewing those patterns, and it did turn into, instead, me writing my own pattern. Do you want me to do both? That's a genuine question. I don't know. Would you prefer I just do the tutorial of the new one, or do you still want a review of other patterns? I've sort of been reviewing them as I go, so you may already have all the information that I have. But I could go into more detail, I guess. You know about my sock notebook. I take notes. For the tutorial, I have already prepared, you know when a TV chef puts something in the oven, but then, surprise, there was one already done that they take out of the oven, because that's how time works. I have done basically the same thing. So I have a nearly done sock DK weight for the tutorial that I'm gonna pull out and finish the tutorial with. So this has been sitting in my sock bag for, I don't know, a couple months. So even when I have not been working on the sock tutorial, it is still in my mind. I'm still thinking about it. Okay, so we talked about socks and socks and socks. The other thing that you already saw, I have been working on the double knit colorwork bandana. You saw me go through that process more mentally than actually knitting, but the mental process of, I can definitely do this. This can't be that hard. I've done basic double knitting and I've done basic colorwork, so how hard could it be to combine them? And then you saw me realize, oh, it's extremely hard. And then I figured it out and I came around and it's not that bad at all. So if you haven't been through that exact cycle, I can say it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And I am now enjoying knitting this piece. It is still very slow. There's kind of no changing that. Apparently I stopped in the middle of a row, so you're gonna see what you could see. I'm really liking the bird. Also, in the pattern, these little stars are actually supposed to be small hearts, but they were right next to a big heart in the middle, and it was just too many hearts for me, so I replaced them with little sparkles. Big fan of the flowers at the bottom and this leafy guy in the middle. So happy with how it's turning out. I have had to go back and fix a couple things where I got the color wrong, but I figured out a way to do that. I will not be undoing work on camera just to demonstrate this, so I hope I can explain it okay. So double knit, it's two sides, wrong sides together. You can ladder back, but you have to ladder back on both sides. The trouble I had was not getting the freed yarn from laddering back mixed with the other side. So I used 2 double-pointed needles to keep them separate. Imagine I have laddered back and I have the stitches on this side held out with one of the double-pointed needles, and then I will just kind of hold it in place by sticking the needle through the work. And that made it a lot easier to keep track of what yarn goes where, which is just knitting, I guess. Keeping track of what yarn goes where. Also, I should have talked about this first. My metal font knitter shirt came in the mail. It's by HandmadeByGib. I will link the Etsy where I bought this. There was an initial small run of these shirts, and that's when I grabbed mine. And then there was a pre-order. There will probably be more pre-orders in the future if you want to grab one. I am not sponsored. And no one knows I'm talking about this. This is just an honest review of a shirt. It's so soft. It's so soft. I don't think I've ever had a t-shirt this soft while still feeling like thick and substantial. I did immediately crop it. I have to. Every t-shirt I own has to be 2 or more sizes too large, way too long, or cropped. That's just how it is. But yeah, that first run sold out in like 15-30 minutes, something like that. And I knew it would. It's too good. I'm kind of obsessed with it. Socks, double knit, colorwork bandana. That's been my last couple of weeks. We are coming up quickly on Tour de Fleece. Last year I did a video, I think every 4 days, just because I had something to talk about every single day. I don't know if that's exactly what I'm going to do again, but it's going to be something like that. And if you're not into spinning, totally understand. You can take the month off if you want. I will say I do other things in the videos. It's not just spinning. And I do intend to spend less time showing the spinning this year. It can't be that interesting to watch. I'll show a little bit each time I spin, but not like minutes and minutes of spinning footage. I do a lot of random activities in between spinning, and I go full vlog mode kind of all month. That's all from me today. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something, but I pretty much always feel like I'm forgetting to say something, and I always think, oh, it can go in the next video, and then it never does. If I don't say it now, it's never getting said. Too bad I don't know what it is. Anyway, happy Pride, happy early Tour de Fleece. It's the day after Juneteenth. Happy late Juneteenth. Don't forget to rest and stretch and take breaks. But as always, go and live your best yarny life, and I will see you next time.